Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I want to talk a little bit about the world of ab implants, abdominal surgery, even something called abdominal etching, which is ultimately something that they do where they go and just suck out the fat. So they go and do some liposuction on the in between the areas of the abs. I'll pull something up here now for you to see about abdominal etching. There's a couple of guys, one of them a little bit more body fat beforehand. He's obviously lost some and had the etching done, so that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but you can see just in between the abs here, had it cut out. This same guy here, not so much body fat difference in between, but yeah, definitely you can see between the abs he's actually had some etched out, if you like. So I mean, the world of ab implants is a crazy world. I mean, some of you could compare it to the likes of getting breast implants, maybe getting butt implants. Yeah, so ab implants, you can see here, we have the human Ken doll, Alves Rodrigo. It says here $22,000 on fake abs. You can see here the scar. Likely that's his scar from having the surgery. But yeah, you can see clearly that he's had his abs cosmetically added, if you like, an addition to the arsenal of everything else that he has. Here's another picture of him here. This looks like an older picture. Pretty sure it's the same guy. Let's click on him just to see. So it would appear we have two guys who apparently go by the human Ken doll. This guy here, he's what's his name? Justin Jedlicka, 36, from California. He has had quite substantial surgery done. You can see here he's had his deltoids nicely done, his pecs, his lats completely out of proportion to his lower back, and also unfortunately to his arms. But look, hey, each to their own. Then we've got the likes of Liver King, who a lot of people are accusing of having his abs actually implanted. Even potentially, one of the things we could talk about with him is abdominal etching. So I know Greg Doucette has gone ahead and suggested that he's had abdominal etching done, which, as I said, having the fat in between the abs cut out, or at least sucked out by liposuction. And I mean, it's a possibility. Thing is, with abdominal etching or any sort of liposuction, you have to maintain the fat loss. If you put the fat back on, the fat goes back to where it came from. Liver King, there are pictures of him in the past. Let me pull something up here. Here's a picture of when he was, I guess, a lot younger. But I mean, he's not as lean there, so it's not really comparable. I'm still trying to find a picture of him when he was actually a similar leanness, but when he was actually younger. Okay, so here's a picture of him here with his, I guess, his wife. You can still see, like, his abs are still really showing, probably some years ago, but I mean, he's still got that really etched look between them. And then when I say etched, I don't necessarily mean that they were surgically etched. I mean, there is a good possibility that they are naturally his abs. I do know people that have like great abs like this, like they really stick out. As long as you're really lean, it's possible for them to look like that. So I mean, I think there's a good chance the Liver King has actual natural abs. I mean, if you want to talk if you want to talk about him being natural, I mean, that's another subject. You may have a few supplements taken, if you like, but I mean, if we're just talking about his abs, whether they're surgically implanted or etched, I'm not so sure. Maybe potentially etched, but that's one that it's going to be really difficult for us to know whether that's the case or not. Let's take a look here. He was actually on the Vegas Party podcast, Vegas Party Boys. Yeah, the Vegas Party podcast. He was on that, and the guys were shocked at what he had to say. They weren't sure whether he had implants or whether he didn't. Anyway, let's take a quick look.
Well, if I had a 60 like him, I'd have my tarp off too.
These are implants.
I got a little mini
implants.
implants.
A lot of people like, hey, you're fucking shredded. All you gotta do is go get implants.
Are you
Should I do that? So they're like 10K each. I'm rocking 100 fucking K worth of.
Those are implants?
Dude, you think somebody So get a feel on that shit. And they don't move. They don't fucking move.
Are they actually implants?
No.
Come on.
What did he say?
I looked at him and he said he wasn't trolling.
No, he's not fucking
Fuckers.
trolling. That's his whole thing.
He's trolling?
Jack. You hit the gym
Whatever,
today?
everyone gets trolled, you know?
Thank you, but this is, I guess this is the thing. People are saying some shit like, hey, they don't move. They're implants. You know, like, are you?
feel
Oh,
like
so
it.
they're not.
I would have said that if they don't move, then they're not implants, because muscles, when they're flexed, tend not to move. And you would assume that an implant has some room for maneuvering around the general area that it's in. Maybe only a small amount, but anyway.
Implants. No! Fuck! Dude, are you... Alright, I was trying to get implants too.
So this guy still hadn't got the joke. He still thought that they were implants.
I'll tell you what they are. It's 35 years of hard fucking work every fucking day. Never taking Christmas off.
35 years of hard work. Well, I say after a few, maybe 5 years maximum, you're going to start peaking and not putting on any more muscle, but that's another story. But yeah, I mean, yeah, whether he's on the juicy juice or not, that's another story. But if I had to guess, I'd probably go ahead and say that they are not surgically put in place. Now, we have Darren Lyons, Big Brother's Darren Lyons. He oh, I don't know why people do this, but look, as I said earlier, each to their own. He said that it's the female equivalent of getting a boob job. Here we go. Basically, it's the male version of a boob job, said Lyons. It's the bee's knees, commented an impressed Darty. So a cosmetic surgeon here on the Guardian here has suggested that it will cost anywhere between £4,000 and £9,000. So that's even up closer to $15,000. Maybe not so much now with the state of the Great British Pound, but let's type in £7,000 pound in US dollars. See what it is. Oh, Jesus, that's weak. $8,500. Well, look, if you want to get yourself some nice abs, it's going to cost you somewhere in the region of $8,500. And then the last person that I wanted to brush over was Elliot Page. So Elliot Page here, you can see, born in February '87, Academy Award winner, publicly came out as transgender in 2020. So here, as you can see, famous for a bunch of movies: Inception, Flatliners, X-Men. Yeah, so famous actor is Elliot Page, and you can see here, she has her. This is her hair when she was very lean, before she'd had her top surgery or her, her breasts removed. She's already very lean, as you can see here, but questionable abs here in this picture. So this one again is up for huge debate. This is a very prominent picture, if you like, where we can see that her abs are really showing through. Is she much leaner here, or is he much leaner here than she was back in this picture, even when she was very lean in this movie? Debatable, but what we can see here is that she really does have that ab separation, blocky abs. So it's questionably abdominal surgery here in this case, where she's had actual implants put in. But then if we go and look at other pictures, I mean, it doesn't look just as obvious. Like this one here just looks like a guy with really strong abs. You can see here that there are some shoulders. Likely she's taking some sort of hormone replacement therapy, taking testosterone. You can see here that the deltoids are coming through a little bit. No reason why a bit of weight training and testosterone can't help to develop the abs. And if you actually look in that last picture I just showed you, if we zoom in, you can see here that the lines are quite similar. Lines are quite similar here, lines here, that kind of upwards into the center shape that some people have. And it's very similar. Like I don't, it'd be very difficult to replicate that so well with abdominal surgery. I'm not absolutely convinced. I'm not absolutely convinced that she has had abdominal surgery. As we said, potentially the etching, but I mean it's unlikely. She was already very lean. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, guys, that's a quick look into the, I suppose, world of abdominal surgery. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, do you think those couple of human Ken dolls that I showed you, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that is absolutely crazy? Do you think it's acceptable to do? Personally, I think each to their own. I think if you want to go ahead and change your body, and especially if you're happy with it after, then that's absolutely fine. But there are a lot of questions raised as to whether it is the correct choice long term for the likes of your mental health. Then transgenderism, that's a whole nother argument. But do you think that Elliot Page's abs are real? Do you think that Liver King's abs are real? Anyway, love to hear your thoughts on it. And until next time, goodbye and good luck.